Hello everyone, I hope you all fine and doing great. And myself Raja, my IT class for CMA Inter Group 2 paper number 10, Cost and Management Accounting and Financial Management. Okay, I continue this class with a new topic called Working Capital Management. It is a study note 8 in Financial Management. Okay, in the paper number 10, most important topic called Working Capital Management. It will be asked in the previous examination also as a case study question. They asking working capital management about that related topic. Some most of the topic is in working capital management in case study basis. Why case study basis question they choose as a working capital management? There is a only one reason. It is a practical question. Is a working capital management is a practical knowledge you have applied in that concept. If you understand the basic concept of the working capital management, you can be able to answer the practical questions like case study questions. Okay, we see how to approach our examination, online examination, in the particularly case study questions. Before that, you understand that basic concept. What is the concept of working capital? You understand means you can crack the exam. Any practical exam question they ask means you can be clear, easily answer it. First of all, I asked down one question. What is working capital management? It is a capital. It is a this capital work by the businessman or anything. The word is like that only, or any capital is managed by the business person or a employee of the company. No. Working capital management is simple. Working capital management is a capital. It will be required day-to-day operation of the business. Simple meaning is this only. Working capital is capital required for the day-to-day operation is called as a working capital management. Okay, this is the basic concept. I give some scenarios you see in the Excel. First scenario. Okay, I am the owner of XYZ. XYZ of I give a restaurant. Okay, XYZ of a restaurant, owner of a XYZ restaurant. I maybe the spelling is mistake. Don't see. I think this is the spelling. Okay, I am the owner of the restaurant. Okay, in the restaurant, like your home only. There is no difference in restaurants and home, kitchen. Our mother prepare a food daily, morning, lunch and dinner. Evening some persons also eating snacks in home only. Okay, like that. Mother will be processing morning. I give the menu. Morning to dosa, afternoon on lunch like rasam, sambar, like that. They given. Then dinner I take is roti. Then like that prepare in the home. The same prepare in the hotel also. In the preparation of the food, what is the core? What is the requirement of the food? To prepare the food, what is the requirement? First, vegetable. Okay, then raw material, that means rice. Those are also rice wanted, roti, wheat wanted, like that, raw material. Okay, raw material. Then what want our vendors for water, Then other expenses, direct expenses, labor, then some other expenses also, like that. Raw material, vegetable I want on 15,000. Raw material I want on 42,000. Water I consume 3,000 per day. This is per day I calculated for in a restaurant. Direct expenses per day around on 3,000. Then labor per day is 6,000. Then other expenses like 2,000. Total of this 71,000 I wanted per day to run the whole restaurant. Okay. To run the restaurant, I want 71,000 per day. This is the estimate. I have a capital of rupees 1 lakh. Okay. The operation cost will be 71,000. Sales, in that 1 lakh only I spend these 71,000, and the sales is rupees. Sales rupees, for example, 1,90,000, 1,50,000 around I put. Okay, sales is 1,50,000. In that difference of this minus this plus this equal to 1 lakh minus this plus this equal to 1,70,000, 79,000. Sorry, 1 minute. Equal to 1,00,000 plus 1,50,000 minus 71,000 cost of. Okay, that closing of first day of the restaurant. This is basic practical example for that working capital management. Okay, see that, listen it. Closing of a first day of the restaurant is 1,79,000. Okay, on the 1,79,000 I get on the 1,79,000 next day I want expenses of 1,50,000. Okay, on the next day sales was only 60,000. For example, 25,000 I put. There is a no. For example, there is a not a constant income will be coming day to day operation. There is a difference from day to day. Okay, equal to this minus, sorry, plus closing of the day, it will be carry forward to next day sales minus next day expenses. 54,000 I have in second day closing. Okay, second day closing I have 54,000, but third day okay, third day I want working capital of rupees minimum. I put the first day 71,000. Here negative of 17,000, where I get in this reason we calculated the working capital management. We study the working capital management because of this reason. There is a sales will be coming, one day will be increases double the amount of our expenses, one day will be the less than our expenses, and one day there is a negative balance of working capital. Okay, this is the working capital without making the working capital management, the company will be struggle in the negative value of working capital. Okay, negative value of working capital. This is will causes a danger for the company in the day-to-day operation. The risk will be higher, and the reputation and goodwill of the business will be less. It will be reduces more and more. Okay, this is the basic concept of working capital management I explained. If you understand, please comment in the comment box. Okay. Okay, I shared that theory part. Before that, in working capital management, what are the concepts are there? Management. There is a three concept. One, operating cycle. Two, credit policy. Three, working capital management. Okay, there is a three concept. Operating cycle. What is the operating cycle? This is a simple concept. I will explain in continually. That next video will be credit policy, and another next video will be working capital management. It will be put a second video. Then it will be put third video. Okay, the first video will be explain the concept of working capital management, and operating cycle I will be completed in the first video. Second video will be credit policy, and third will be video will be working capital management. On concept is there, I will explain it. Okay, I share the PPT to explain the concept of working capital management. Okay, I hope this. Okay, working capital management. What is the meaning for working capital management? Working capital means the fund available for the day-to-day operation of the enterprises. I said earlier, it also refers the excess of current asset over a current liability. Here, note the word excess of current asset over a current liability. Working capital management, it also refers to the excess of current asset over a current liability. Okay, what is the concept of working capital? There is a two concept: gross working capital, net working capital. What is a gross working capital? Total working assets, total current asset, and the net working capital is excessive current asset over current liabilities. Excess of current asset over a current liability, sorry, OF. We see the statement of working capital. What is the statement of working capital? Current asset, what are the included? Inventories, receivables, prepaid expenses, cash and cash equivalents. And current liability including creditors, payable, outstanding expenses. The total of current asset and total of current liability is difference between A minus B equal to net working capital. Here note it down, all the current asset and current liability are to be calculated on the basis of credit period only. Okay, that current asset and current liability are to be calculated on the basis of credit period only. Then we come to the operating cycle and working capital cycle or a working capital cycle. Number of days within the working capital must be raised. Number of days within the working capital must be raised. Operating cycle is equal to raw material, working progress plus finished goods plus average collection minus average payable. That means average collection means debtor, average payable is creditor. Okay. There is some formulas there. We just go through it. Raw material formula and working capital, finished goods, and average collection period and average payable. Okay. I share the screen. Okay. In the operating cycle, first I understand. We do. I tell that practical reason without working capital management, and without working capital management, the restaurant will be struggling one day. If they manage the working capital management, for example, same scenario I will take it. Capital of rupees 1 lakh for capital of rupees 1 lakh. Vegetable, raw material, all expenses 71,000. The sales is 1,50,000. Company will take, okay, working capital management. They will manage the current asset minus current liability. Here the concept will come as a current asset minus current liability. Excess of current asset minus current liability. The requirement of funds will be, we know. Okay, I want to don't confuse in this scenario. I will clear in the sums. Okay, you just keep it in the mind. There is a simple concept. Without management of working capital, the restaurant or any other business, for example, I take restaurant. In the same scenario, the same raw material and expenses concept, the day-to-day sales business will be same scenario. In different business, they do not doing the working capital management. The business will be going one day will be a struggle in negative working capital. Okay. How to solve the problem in the three scenario they given. Operating cycle we find out, and credit policy we find out, and working capital management we find out. Okay, first operating cycle. Operating cycle. Operating cycle. What is operating cycle? Operating cycle means we find out the period of how many days, like how many days we want the next working capital requires. Like that, we find out the number of operating cycle in a year, number of times we get the working capital in the year. We find out in the operating cycle. Okay, we do in the sums. You can understand how to find out the operating cycle like that. In the first sum, carefully read that sum. For the example, following information of the XYZ Limited, you are required to calculate net operating cycle period, number of operating cycle in a year, raw material in a raw material Raw material inventories consumed during the year 6 lakh. Average stock of raw material 50,000. Average work in progress inventories 50,000. This I want on recorrect it. This is not average cost of work in progress. This is cost of production. Okay, you just correct it. This is cost of production of inventories 5 lakh. Cost of goods so during the year will be 30,000, and the average collection period is 8 lakh. Average collection period for the debtor is 40,000, and the average collection, sorry. Oh, okay, correct. Average collection period for the debtor is 8 lakh. Average collection period for the debtor, same I put. Okay, you just recorrect it. Wait a second. I just recorrect it. Okay, I will correct it in this. Okay. Raw material inventory consumed during the year 6 lakh, and average stock of raw materials 50,000. Cost of production inventory is 5 lakh. Average work in progress is inventory is 30,000. Cost of goods sold during the year is 8 lakh, and the average finished goods stock held on 40,000. Average collection period for the debtors 45 days, and average credit period availed 38 days, and the number of days in a year 360 days. Okay, this is the operating cycle question in the asked in the examination. In this type of question, you just simply answer in the simple way. I will share the Excel and do it shortcutly. Okay, I will correct it. Sorry, that the screen will not shared. Raw material inventory consumed during the year. Average stock of raw material 50,000. Cost of production inventory is 5 lakh. Average work in progress inventory is 30,000. Cost of goods sold during the year is 8 lakh. Average finished goods stock is held 40,000. Average collection period for debtor is 45 days, and the average credit period is 30 days. Number of days in a year 360 days. Okay. Number one, what they asking? Wait, number of operating cycles. The two questions they ask in the exam, the question, we answer it one by one. Raw material, how much they given? You do first calculation of raw material. What is the formula for raw material? Sorry. This is the formula. Raw materials, average stock of raw material divided by average cost of raw material consumed or purchased per day. Work in progress turnover equal to what average work in progress divided by average cost of production, or you take first average cost of production if given, or you take cost of goods sold per day. Finished goods turnover equal to average of finished goods divided by average cost of goods sold. Then average collection period, it means the debtors, and average payable is creditor. Debtor is average receivable divided by credit sales per day, and average payable divided by average credit purchase per day. Okay. Due on that, we calculated it 50,000 is average raw material, average stock of raw material they given in the question, and divided by, then they given 6 lakh rupees, 6 lakh rupees, 6 lakh rupees for uh, 6 lakh rupees for a raw material inventory consumed during the year. We calculated per day only. During the year, 6 lakh means number of days is 360. Then we simply we divided it equal to 6 lakh divided by 360, 166.7. I think you put like this. Then 50,000 divided by per day is equal to 30 days. Raw material is 30 days. Then statement of operating cycle, raw material, second. Second, what they given, work in progress. Work in progress, how much? 30,000. And cost of production they given. The formula we studied earlier. Average work in progress divided by cost of production per day. 30,000. Cost of production is 5 lakh. Equal to 5 lakh divided by 360, because we calculated per day, and we divided with 30,000 divided by 21.6. We take as a 22. Then finish the goods. 45 days. Sorry, finished goods is 8,40,000. 8 lakh is the cost of goods sold, and average finished goods held is 40,000. 40,000. 8 lakh equal to 8 lakh divided by 360. 2 equal to 40,000 divided by 18 days. 18 days. Then debtors what they given in the sum. Average collection period for the debtor is 45 days. They given, simply they given as a 45 days directly given. We take it is directly 45 days. There is no calculation. They given in the sum only. Add this then less creditor less creditors I written in shortly, that is 30 days. 115 minus 30 days is 85 days. 85 days is a operating cycle. We find out the first answer of the operating cycle. And next question they ask me number of operating cycle in a year. It is very simple. Number of days in a year is 360 divided by operating cycle is 85 equal to 4.2353. Operating cycle equal to number of operating cycle in a year equal to 4.23 times. Okay. Next sum we can do it in faster and completed the operating cycle. This is the second question. You just now you understand how to solve the second question. I put the first year. You work out to the second year. Then only you can understand how to apply the concept. Once you write the sum and practice it, then only you remember the question and answer of that. Just do it in your own. For second year, I put the first year. Okay. For before that, I read the second question. For that following data, compute the during that operation cycle for the each of the year. Stock 20,000 first year, 27,000 second year, work in progress 14,000 and 18,000, finished goods 21,000, 24,000, purchase 96,000, 1,35,000, cost of goods sold 1,40,000, 1,80,000, sales 1,60,000 and 2 lakh. Debtors is 32,000, 50,000, creditor is 16,000, 18,000, and then assume 360 days per year for computational purpose. Okay. Okay, I do the sum. And conclude it faster. Second sum. What they asking? First, current asset. Raw material. And then inventories, raw material. How much is raw material? Stock of raw material divided by first formula we put. Stock of raw material is rupees 20,000. Then purchase value divided by purchase value. Here they not give that cost of goods sold we not taken. Purchase value we taken 96,000. Okay, 96,000. Raw material equal to 20,000 divided by purchase value into 360 equal to 75 days. This is in days. 32. Okay. Then second they are asking this for first year, work in progress, over 14,000 work in progress. It also taken as a 90,000, 96,000, 15,000. It will be taken as a cost of goods sold. Here we taken as a cost of goods sold. 14,000, 1,30,000 for first year equal to this divided by 360. I simply put finished goods, then debtors, total of A, current asset not current liability, current liabilities. Okay. Then total of the cycle. Okay. Okay. Yes. Equal to this plus this plus this plus this equal to this minus this. You understand that? A minus B. For time consumption, I will put the formulas for that. We apply it accordingly. That finished goods 21,000. Then cost of goods sold is 1,40,000. That is 54 days. Then debtor is 32,000. In the debtor, we take only sales value. Sales value is 1,60,000. The total of current asset is 237 days, and the current liabilities creditor is 16,000 and 96,000. Here creditor also we take the purchases. Total of credit is 60. 237 minus 60 equal to 177 set operating cycle. This is the simple sum. I work it out for the first year, and second year you do accordingly the same procedure. You follow that. Here I taken a raw material and divided by purchases. Here I taken work in progress divided by cost of goods sold. Here finished goods divided by cost of goods sold. Here I taken a debtor divided by sales, and here I taken a creditor divided by purchases. Okay, simple. I work it out for the second year and tell the answers. I make it answer for that. You just correct with your answers. First 72 days. Second 36 days, 48 days, then 90 days. Total of that 246 days. Creditor will be 48 days and 198 days. 198 days. Okay. Accordingly, you do the sums in your work it out. Simple. There is nothing time will be taken in the examination. If you ask in the exam 5 mark or like that, a 6 mark is asked compulsorily. Operating cycle question will be asked in the examination. Definitely choose that one question and answer it. Okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Pradeep sir. Operating cycle topic will be over. We continue the next class in credit policy. Thank you. I hope you all understand the concept and the operating cycle and working capital management. I will be explaining in the last video. First, you understand operating cycle. Second, you understand credit policy. And third topic will be working capital management. Then only I conclude that working capital concept in that. Okay, thank you.